Job creation and unemployment has been a heated debate across the country. In a bid to make rural youth more self-sufficient, the Karnataka government has approached large corporates to help train them as part of an entrepreneurship program. WION's Virendra reports on the story.
Rural youth of India are often forced to migrate to urban areas in search of jobs. The large-scale migration not just leads to overburdened cities, but also leads to native talent moving out of rural areas and settling for menial jobs. In an effort to slow down migration, the Karnataka Social Welfare Department has reached out to companies, particularly FMCGs, to help train nearly 5,000 rural youth in an entrepreneurship program.
We are trying to come up with an integrated rural entrepreneurship program. The Department of Social Welfare already gives enough loans for self-employment. But what we are trying to do over here is, if we are able to fine-tune the terms of engagement of the self-employment, I'm sure we will be able to create more rural entrepreneurs. So it's just not people in Bengaluru, but also in tier 2 towns, in villages. How can we ensure that we make entrepreneurs out of them? Instead of them being employed, how can they employ another 2 people? So that's why we have reached out to a lot of FMCGs and corporates to ensure that they get the proper skill sets required for them to become an entrepreneur. So it's just not giving out a loan, all right? So I'm trying to see if I can attach that loan to some product. I can attach that product with the necessary skills required for them to sell that product also.
The intention is to bridge the urban-rural divide when it comes to driving entrepreneurship and creating jobs. While experts feel that SMEs should also be roped in as enablers, as they are more localized and will have a more hands-on approach towards the youth, they also feel that intervention cannot stop at training alone.
There has to be 3 parts to it. One is the knowledge and training, which can happen from all different segments. The second part is in terms of the setup, which means somebody has to help them set up, mentor, guide. And the third part is the execution, that after they've set up their shop, how do they run it and how do they grow it? Right. Because the closure post setting up, as everybody knows, is very high. Whether it's a tech startup or whether it's a small retail startup. Right. That has to be, something where support and guidance should be provided as well. That's a complete welfare scheme.
Economists feel that rural youth are a particularly skilled lot, as they often learn through observation and experience rather than academics. This untapped energy, if channeled well with the right training, can help gap the wide divide.
The rural youth does not stay just like that. They would like to make the best use of their time, provided an opportunity and provided a job of their likings. Liking in the sense, not money-wise liking. A job of their liking where they feel that they have a skill to do it.
The new initiative by the Karnataka government has been welcomed by the industry. But how much of it will actually materialize?
MSMEs account for 37% of India's GDP and are one of the biggest employers in the country. While job creation has been a hot topic of debate at the state as well as the national level, Karnataka Social Welfare Department's initiative of training rural youth has been welcomed with open arms. But skepticism remains over its effective execution. In Bengaluru, with video journalist Chandan, this is Virendra, WION.